It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity, and we are back in Normal Heights for a maintenance on this gorgeous front garden that we did. How many years ago, Nancy?
4 years ago.
4 years ago. Look at the growth. Oh my gosh. And so you look at all the things that have bloomed out. Look at that. Look at these angustifolia. Have all bloomed out, but the good news is there's pups. See the babies? So what we're gonna do is salvage the babies and plant them in the place of the mom. Here's another baby. Oh, there's a bunch of babies under that one. So we'll make really, really quick work of this. And in the garden proper, you can see how the tapestries have kind of lost their luster. This looks like a blob of plants. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, we'll tighten all that up, but look how the ruchia is held on. It's great. So first things first, we're gonna do some editing. We have a bloomed out blue glow right here, and this literal forest of jade. I think I'm going to take out the middle one, open this up. You can see we lost something here, so we'll find something to put here, and we'll get after this portulacaria. Over here we've got blue flame and standard foxtail agaves. This is snail damage. So I have instructed our client to get rid of the snails. See this Petalanthus bracteus right here? It just needs water. It's May in Southern California, so time for these things to start coming out of dormancy. So good watering will really help inspire this to leaf out. The millie-eyes are doing spectacular in this yard. The sedum, look at that green sedum. Oh my goodness, look, we've got a Mission to Mars right here. Now this is a plant that I don't like to move once I've installed it, because I have found that it tends to bolt if you move it, meaning it blooms out much faster. So that needs to live here. What I'll do most likely is take out this cotyledon here in hopes that kind of opens this space up a bit. We have an opuntia over here. This belonged to the client. This is not a plant that I use because it's super vicious, but we are going to cut this up for parts because it's too big for the cactus garden now. And we're going to move this over here, and I'll show you what we're going to do over there. Oh, this is so exciting. God, I love a good maintenance. I'm going to send Greg to the rock yard to get most likely a half a yard of Cali Gold and some burgundy lava so that we can at the end touch up Hannah. So that we can touch up all of the rock top dressings. This garden gonna look like a shiny new penny when we're done. Look at all of the babies on this barrel.
Okay, I'll take it the other way now.
That's nuts. Okay. All of the mammillarias are looking really good in this garden. Ooh, look, we've got a barrel cactus buried in there. That might be something that we move to a new spot. See, this is what's another reason why, cactus and succulents are so much fun to work with, because we can absolutely, literally, there's nothing in this garden that we can't move. Any of these plants we can move, and we'll move a lot of them. We have, as I said, step one is to edit. So we're just going to edit out what we don't want and then take a look and continue. Then I brought more plants from Oasis for reworking the tapestry areas and bringing them back to their glory. The client recently had this fence installed, so I'm going to move some things from here over to here, like that Apuntia. We'll put pieces of it kind of close to the fence, and I'll move over other things that are real drought tolerant because this area is not irrigated. So, but then, you know, neither is this. This is a really incredible microclimate here in San Diego County. It gets all the May gray and the June gloom, a lot of coastal influence here. Isn't this incredible? Abatifolia. Oof. So it's just very conducive to succulent growing. Here, see here in this parking strip too, this stuff is all run completely amok. So we could take attenuata from here. We could take some of these aloes and move them. They're just starting to bloom. They're very late. Most aloes have done their blooming by this time of the year. The aeoniums, look how happy they are. No irrigation. So more blue flame. Yeah, this parking strip we did on a literal dime. I basically just popped cuttings in here with the exception of the big agave, which was put in as a 5-gallon plant. We had a few leftover boulders I staged and just a little work with the river rock. Then we have DG as our base. You can see the jacarandas, you know, are a little on the messy side, so we didn't want to go too hard with planting and, you know, a lot of dense stuff in here. There's that little Bicarnia recurvata down here that I'm thinking about moving as well. Thank God for the crew. Oh my gosh, but they work so fast. It's just not to be believed. So yeah, we're gonna tear in, and I'm really excited for you all to see just how incredible this garden is gonna look with some judicious edits. All right, so here is the situation here. We took out, what did we take out of here again?
A stand of attenuatas.
A stand of agave attenuatas. See how close this blue flame is to the path? And remember, these plants are not going to get smaller. Miguel, can you step in there for scale? Because it's ginormous. Yeah, I don't know if you can really get it in the video, but this thing is massive. But what we're going to do is all of this hot mess behind it, this undulata, the Aeonium sunburst, this portulacaria back here, as all of that is coming out. And then this big bad boy here is going to get moved up here. And wow, trust, it's going to look amazing. Well, how about this, guys? We moved this barrel from another area of the yard, and it looks like it had rotted. Look at that. But it healed. Look at all this beautiful new root growth that we have. See, it calloused off, and she is good to go. You want to flip her over, Omar? And I'll show you how good she looks. Look at that. Look at how pretty. See? So bright. Love these plants. Okay, it is almost a wrap here in Normal Heights, and what we're doing now is just touching up the rock top dressing. This is Cali Gold 3/8. We brought in a half a yard to just hit low spots. Also, we did a little fresh tapestry in the garden, and Kevin did this one. It's so pretty. Yeah, beautiful. Then over here, we brought a little more attention to this area. There's still room to do more, and we will, with each passing year, we will add more things. Today, we added some blue glow pups. We moved the Bicarnia recurvata from the parking strip. We added in some more small boulders, a little Euphorbia resinifera, these cholla that came from the front by the front door. We put in a new Sticks on Fire to replace the one that looks so bad. And here's another little blue glow. The parking strip, we are still working on this. We're gonna take the blower and get up, you know, as much of the detritus. Well, we'll pretty much be able to get all the detritus with the blower. We'll pull any little weeds that we see. We thinned out this stand of attenuata and moved some of them in over to the other side where those bloomed out angustifolia were. So it's a lot more balanced now. Oh, this is so stunning. We thinned out the variegated attenuata. Look at all those babies down in there. It looks so cute. So good. You know, added a little more red, a little burgundy lava throughout here. Wow. Oh my gosh. Here's an area that we wrapped. We got this all blown out. These ribbons with the river rock, this was me repurposing this product. They had river rock running all along the edge here, and we didn't like that. So instead I converted it into a dry stream, which I'll show you in a minute. And then what was left, I just ran ribbons through here just for interest, because this is, you know, city property. It's not irrigated. The client wanted it to look nice, but didn't want to invest a lot of money in it. So it's the best looking parking strip in the neighborhood, I'll tell you that. Here, Butamus, right? Just wow. Pulled in a little variegate right there. That was a gap. And then here's that dry stream. Was pretty much covered up with plants. We limbed up the Dazzlerian longissimum, and then Hannah did a beautiful tapestry under this Palo Verde tree. Just absolutely gorgeous. Trimmed up the portulacarias. That jade right over there. Remember in the beginning of the video, the tree was just covered with jade. You couldn't see. I was gonna trim it down, but ended up just pulling it all out. And then those are cuttings right there from the jade that we removed. Look at that little Euphorbia millii. It's so perfect, like a ball. And these are little baby barrels that we pulled off of one of the moms. The mom's babies were covering up a light, so pop those in the ground. Check out the cactus garden. Ugh, God, so pretty. Woo-wee. We moved the Quichua con. It was in the back. And that's pretty much moved a couple of the smaller, the cactus and euphorbia around. It's just so beautiful. Just love it. And then I'll show you from the front porch how beautiful this is. Looking down this way. There it is, right? Wow. Yeah. So this garden is 4 years old and just growing like a weed. It is on subterranean drip irrigation. Our client does a masterful job of general maintenance. This looks so good, how this all came together. Cleaned a lot of plant material out of here. It just looks so much better. Wow. Yeah. So, you know, there you have it. Doing these annual maintenances is like one of my absolute favorite things to do in life. And this one sure as heck did not disappoint. So be sure and stay tuned for more fun in the garden. This has been Laura of Design for Serenity with Team DFS in Normal Heights, San Diego. Bye, guys.